What's up YouTube, Elsa STi here. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. We're going to be talking about how to set up your multi-information display on your 2016 Subaru STi. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and power up the vehicle by pressing the push to start button twice. Now that we have that completed, the first thing you're going to want to make sure is on your multi-info display, it does say pull and hold I set switch for menu on the very top. If you do not have that displayed on your multi-info display, you cannot get into the settings menu. So make sure you see that on your multi-info display when you try to get into the settings menu. So now what you're going to need to do is go ahead to the bottom left part of your steering wheel and pull and hold the I set button. As I hold that I set button, we will end up getting into the settings menu. And there we go. The very first thing you're going to see is screen settings. It's the first menu of 5 that you have to choose from. So we're going to go ahead and press set to get into the screen settings. First thing is the welcome goodbye screen. You can toggle that on and off. When you get in the car, you'll see like a nice Subaru silhouette come up on the screen. And when you leave, it kind of has this red graphic motion that when you get out of the car. So if you want, you can turn those on and off. Gauge initial movement, that is when you start your car, all your gauges will fly up and then come back down before setting to where they should be. You can choose to turn that on and off as well. Gear position indicator settings, if you do not want to see what gear you're in on the multi-info display, you can choose to turn that off. And of course you can choose languages, and the final one is to go back. So that's how you navigate through these menus. So we're going to go ahead and click set to go back. And we're going to go to menu number 2 in the settings. This is blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert. So I'll click set and that will get into this menu setting. And the first thing it wants me to set is warning volume. I have it set for max, and you can choose to set it for different levels of audible alert. I prefer to keep mine at max, but it does give you an example of how loud the audible alert will be when you cycle through the menu. Take a listen. So again, I leave it set for max, but it's completely subjective. I click set and it says setting complete on the screen. The next option is to go back, and we will, because that's only a one menu area. Next one is rev setting, menu number 3. We'll click set to get in. And of course, it's going to show us our rev indicator light. Do you want it on or off? I'll click set, mine's set to on, and I'm going to leave it that way, so I'm going to click set again. Setting complete. The next option in the rev setting menu is going to be your rev alarm engine speed. So here you can set the RPM you want your light to activate at. Mine's set for 40 to 100. I'm going to click through and go ahead and leave it at that. And the next one is rev buzzer. Do you want an audible alarm when you hit your rev limit setting? Mine is set to on, and I'm going to leave it that way. And we're going to go back. Menu number 4, you can revert everything to default at any time. I don't know why you'd want to. Once you get it set, you're probably going to leave it the way it is. And finally, you can go back. So again, this is what your info screen looks like. It gives you your differential information, it gives you your mileage, it gives you your gear indicator, it's going to give you your SI drive information. And again, if you want to go through this is how you will cycle through what you can see on the top of your information screen. Simply use these arrows here to switch and go through the different options that are at the top of your information screen. Here we have SI drive information. Here is how you get into the settings menu. Here we have your total trip time from the last time you started your vehicle. And of course, this is probably the most useful one, your current miles per hour, because the miles per hour on the gauge on the right are actually kind of tough to see. So I'd recommend leaving your miles per hour as your top option on your information screen. But again, it's all subjective. And you're going to use your arrows to scroll through and pick what you want. If you found it helpful, subscribe, like the video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below.